Welcome back to another tutorial. I will be showing you guys how to cut and sew this senator pocket design step by step. And if you look at the pocket very well, it has no stitches at all, right? So hit that like button and let's get straight into the video.
In case you're watching this video on your phone right now, under this particular video, you're going to see that red subscribe button below that video. All you have to do is just to click on that red subscribe button and turn on the bell notification in front of it to get notified when I upload newer video. That's how to subscribe. It's as simple as that. So let's go into the video.
Here is the fabric that I will be using. I already cut out the size I will be using for the pocket. So here I will have 8.5 inches for the height of the pocket. For the height of the pocket, so that I will have something to fold at the top, right? Depending on the height in which you want to make for your pocket. The total height of this pocket is going to be 6 inches. That will be the total height of the pocket itself. And the wideness is going to be 5 inches. The actual wideness of the pocket opening is going to be wide. So I cut this at 7 inches. So I'll be able to fold 1 inch at the side, right? So I'll be able to fold 1 inch. So that's 6 inches by 5 inches. That's what I'm cutting. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to make sure you chuck the wrong and the right side of the fabric, so you don't mess that up. It's very important. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to cut out the interfacing. So I'll be cutting the accurate pocket size on the interfacing, right? So I'm going to gum it. So as you can see in my hand, I'll be using a paper interfacing. It's a medium hard, not too soft and not too hard, that I will be using here, because the fabric is going to be doubled. And I already cut the size of the pocket itself, so we are going to simply gum it to the fabric. You can see that. Just make sure you gum it and you make sure it is smooth. You can see what I'm doing. Let's gum it. So let me show you. This is what we're going to be having. You can see it's not too hard and it's not too too soft. So first I will have to fold these edges. But first, I think this allowance is too wide, so I'm going to trim it out. And I'm going to trim the down part exactly the shape, which is going to be cuff. You can see that. I'm going to trim out that part. Okay. So basically, the reason why we actually have to fold this side, I'm going to fold it all round. I'm going to fold all the necessary foldable parts. The reason is that so that when we are putting our cross design, we are going to have the edge in which it has to end and the edge in which it has to start. We need a gaiters that will give us that guidelines. That's why we have to fold it. So after folding, this is what we're going to be having. You can see how smooth this is. You can see that. So now the next thing we are going to cut is the edge round. So first, the edge is going to be a total of 1/1/4. That's the wideness of the design, that the cross design is going to be at 1/1/4. So we're going to cut, one is going to be at the side, other one is going to be, and the wideness we're going to cut in total is going to be 2/1/4. 2/1/4. So we'll be able to like fold it at the same size, right? So now we're going to cut 1/1/4 for the first cross, and the second one is going to be 1/1/4. And we're going to cut at the other side. So the total we're going to be cutting is going to be 4. We're going to cut 4 pieces of that, right? 4 pieces of that. So let me show you guys. So the item which we're going to be cutting on the fabric. So open your fabric, just open it up just like this, and simply measure it. So I'll be cutting 9 inches. So I'll be cutting 2/1/4 by 9 inches. I hope you guys understand. But if you want it to be wider than this, you can definitely go for the wide, like your preferred size. So this is what we're going to be having. You can see I have 9 inches by 2/1/4 at the side. So all I'll be doing now is to simply fold the edge 1/4. So I'll be folding the edge so that it will eventually end at 1/1/4. The wideness is going to end at 1/1/4. So make sure you are working with the right side of the fabric, so you can just chalk them all. You can see that. Chalk them all. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to fold the edges. Fold the edges. Make sure what you're going to leave at the total wideness is your exact measurement, which is 1/1/4. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you smash that like button. It is very, very important. And make sure you subscribe if you are yet to subscribe to the channel. You can see that. So I'm just going to fold this, and I'll simply, you can see how straight the edge is. You can see how straight. For the first time, they just broke my light. It's crazy. This is Nigeria. Nigeria is messed up, but thank God there's light, so I can use lights now. So at this side, you're going to fold this place also. Just make sure the total you're going to be having is going to be 1/4. That's your total. So I'm going to do it in all of the fabric right here. I'm going to do it on all of the fabric, and this is our final result. This is what we're going to be having. Oh, I will be using an hemming gum after folding it, but let me fold it first and show you guys what the final result is going to look like. So this is after the fold. You can see what we have. This is after the fold. So we have to like put our hemming gum inside of this. So I want you guys to pay attention at this place. I will be opening this up, and I'll make sure the hemming gum actually reach the edge of the fold. You can see that. Make sure your hemming gum actually reach the edge of the fold. You can see that. Make sure that reach the edge. So if you're looking at the other side, you can see that there's no gum at that other edge, and I want that edges to be sharp. So all I'll be doing now is to cut my hemming gum into 2 parts and place the second one at that other side, so that after ironing it, each of the edges are going to held very, very firm. You can see that. So here I'm just going to simply put the tiny hemming gum at this corner right here. You can see that all the way down. You can see that. So each of the edges are going to have gum to hold them tight. So I'll iron it. You can see that. You can see what I'm having. And this will be my final results. You can see here, you can see the front panel, how the front side look like. It's going to give you a very, very, very flat shape. You can see that. You can see how smooth that is. You can see that. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to do the same thing on all of the other 3 fabric, so we can continue with our construction, right? So let me do that and show you. So after finishing with that, after doing all of the 4 fabric, the next thing we're going to do is to simply align this. So you remember I told you guys that there's no stitch on the fabric at all, so you have to pay attention at this place. So here, the first thing I'm going to be doing is to place this at the end of that corner, that corner area. I'm just going to simply place this. You can see that. You can see what I have at the end of that corner right here. I'll be placing this. This is where this first one is going to be. You can see. So I'll be putting, and to hold it down, all you have to do is to simply put an hemming gum under it. That's what is going to hold the design to the pocket itself. I put an hemming gum underneath this. You can see what I'm doing. Just place the hemming gum, and I will simply iron it first. I will iron it down. And don't forget, the ironing that I'm doing right now is not too hot, so it will just hold the gum to the pocket, but it's not going to like glue it permanently. You can see that, just like a warmed iron. You can see, just iron it like that. So you see what we have. So the next one is going to overlap this one as of the same from that angle, which is the upper part of the pocket, and I will simply arrange the other ones. You can see. So this one is going to overlap here, which is going to go down. You can see what I'm doing. So it has to like cross over one another. So let me rearrange this so that you guys can understand this. So the very first one is going to, okay, so this first one is going to be like this, but let me arrange this very well. I want this to slant a little bit to the side. Yeah, you can see that. I want this to slant a little bit to the side enough. And let me iron this to the fabric. You can see. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you smash that like button And on this other one here, just place it right like this. It's going to overlap the first one. You can see that. And I'm going to put my hemming gum underneath this one as well. Just lift it up. I'll cut it. I'll simply place it under here. You can see that. And I'll simply iron it down to the fabric. Don't forget, the first ironing that I'm doing will not melt the hemming gum. It will just warm it enough to hold the fabric, so I can still lift it up and arrange some other things under it. That's the first one. So you see what we're having? So this next one is going to simply be here, just like this. Okay, this next one is going to overlap this one right here. You can see that. I'm going to lift the hemming gum. You can see that. So I'll be able to place this one under it in order to give us the design in which we want. You can see that. So what I'll be doing now is to simply lift the second one up and put my hemming gum inside of it. So I'll cut this and simply lift up the fabric and put my hemming gum right here. You can see that. You see what I did? And I will just iron it down. You can see that. If you are enjoying the video so far, make sure you smash that like button. It is very important. I told you guys before, this is going to be an amazing tutorial. And the last one, so all you have to just do is just to lift this one also up and simply place your hemming gum under the fabric. You can see that. You can see that. And give it a good ironing. Now after you're done with all the four layers, just give it a good ironing. Now you can simply melt your gum. If you're sure that the size, like how you place it, is actually correct, right? So you can simply iron it all down. And I will simply turn this to the side. I will simply turn this upside down just like this, so I can give it a good ironing from inside. You can see that. You can see that. So I will simply trim out all the excess fabric on the pocket area. You can see. I'll simply trim out all the fabric. You can see that. So after trimming out the fabric, now you can see what we're having in the front is very, very very nice. I'm telling you, it came out perfect. So all we have to do now is to simply fold our fabric back. We need to fold our pocket back to its size. So I'll just iron this place down. That tip actually fall out, so I will have to put an hemming gum there again to hold it. On that tiny edge, I'll just put a tiny hemming gum right there. You can see what I'm talking about, that edge. So I'll put an hemming gum, put it overlap. You can see that. And make sure it held it down. You can see. So underneath here, I'll put an hemming gum. You can see that. And I'll simply give it a good ironing. So that's how to hold tight the first front. So all you have to do now, you can see what we're having in the front, how smooth that came out. So all you have to do now is to simply fold out all the side of the pocket, and in order to fold that out, you can simply cut your hemming gum into two so that you're going to place it under it to hold it tight. So let me do that and show you the final result, and this will be our result. You see what we came out with. It's very nice, and the fabric I actually used is a very premium fabric, so I can get a better result. If you like the video so far, make sure you smash that like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have several tutorials that we've done on our Telegram group, and in case you are interested, a link will be in the description below that you can simply join our Telegram group and have access to all our private tutorial. We'll be having a class next week, so you can join. So make sure you smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Once again, all you have to do now is to simply stitch this to your bodice. It's as simple as that. So in case you want to see more video, I have a video on the screen right now, and I have another one on how to cut a senator outfit. It's as simple as that, and here is my picture. So just smash it to subscribe to the channel. Catch you on the next one. Peace.